So when I think about kindness on purpose, my mind goes back to a time in my life back in the early 90s when I was offered the role of beauty editor for the Australian Women's Weekly by the then editor, Nini King. And I was working in television, but I hadn't done anything in print before, and I was a bit overwhelmed by the offer, but I thought, how exciting. And as I do in life, I sort of look at something like that and I think, well, I'll just throw myself in their boots and all and see how I go. But I knew it was going to be a challenge, but I was ready to take it on. So I arrived my first day at the Women's Weekly offices in Park Street at ACP. And I have to say I was very overwhelmed that first week I was there, because I was essentially working with all these seasoned journalists who had been doing it for years. And I'd never done any formal training. I didn't even go to university. And I've always had a bit of a chip on my shoulder about that. So I really felt going into that environment that I was very inadequate. Anyway, I was shown my little desk and my little sort of office area, and there was a girl working in there at the time called Wendy Moore. And she was essentially sort of like holding the beauty pages together. And I was sort of coming into that role as beauty editor. And I'll never forget, she really sort of took me in and made me feel very, very comfortable about being there and very welcoming. And she didn't have to be, because I was essentially sort of taking over a lot of her role. But she was amazing. She sort of showed me the ropes, and for some of the articles that we were working on, she said, look, if you want a bit of a hand, I'm happy to help you write it. And I was like, this is amazing. And she really started to form my relationship with the Women's Weekly and the comfort of being there and in amongst all these people on this iconic title in Australia. And the wonderful thing is that I've always really held that as an important and a wonderful kindness shown to me. And she's gone on now to be the editor of Home Beautiful, and I even saw her on telly the other day. So there's a round robin story. The story means a lot to me, and thanks to Wendy Moore.